In this video, I'm gonna beat Plants vs Zombies 2 using only plants from PVZ 1, Part 10, the Big Wave Beach. This time there will be 32 amazing levels that I will struggle to beat. That's gonna be the best time adventure of our challenge. If you haven't watched the previous 9 parts, I highly recommend you do it. Without further ado, let's continue our challenge. Enjoy! Day 1. The Introduction. I'm honestly a big fan of that summer vibe of the Big Wave Beach. In my opinion, that world has the best level design among all other worlds in PVZ 2. The worlds are changing, but my strategy for the level 1 doesn't. Pea shooters are everything for us. To my surprise, I didn't even use torchwoods. 4 columns of pea shooters were enough to stop that horde. Day 2. Here I decided to begin constructing my defense with kernel pools. Later all of them were substituted with melon pools and winter melons. Just look at this amazing defense. 10 out of 10. Day 3 was a pretty interesting conveyor belt level, on which we had a chance to use Chomper. Back in my childhood, he was one of my favorite plants. Despite all his minuses, I still consider him one of the coolest plants in the game because of his great ability to eat zombies. I definitely like the plant choice for that level. Day 4. Does anyone want to see peace on the beach? Because I want to, especially a fired one. Why does everyone think that the Big Wave Beach is the hardest world in the game? As for me, this world has the needed amount of hardness to be enjoyable of being completed. Day 5 was another conveyor belt level. This time we had only pea shooters, walnuts and tangle kelp, but even that didn't stop us from successfully finishing the level. Day 6. I didn't choose to play with most of these plants, but nevertheless, Snorkel Zombie became a problem because now magnet shrooms had to be protected from being eaten. The only plant that can help us in this situation? No, it's not you, Walnut. It's Torchwood. Honestly, I can't imagine the whole journey without that amazing plant, but I still believe only in Iceberg Ledge's supremacy. Day 7. Damn, there is no safe place left in the lawn. Now every single square of our lawn can be covered with water, but I have already been prepared for that. It's also quite hard to imagine beating that world without walnuts. Oh wait, that's a good idea for a small challenge. I like that world because it gives me enough time to grow my shrooms and gather enough sands to be able to do something with the coming up zombie horde. Day 8 reminded me of walnut bowling levels from PVZ 1, but this time that is bulb bowling. The only thing that I can say about it is that this minigame is really cool. The level is totally approved by me. Day 9. Okay, Crazy Dave, I've got it. I won't plant anything on your slimes. Winter melon is an amazing plant not only because it freezes all the zombies, but also because this is one of a few plants that are able to attack snorkel zombies. I still don't know why I decided to use magnet shrooms here, because they are pretty much useless. Remember, there are only 2 worlds in which magnet shroom is really useful. Day 10 was a conveyor belt level, and that was the first unbeatable level of Big Wave Beach. It's obviously unbeatable using only pea shooters, so let's just skip it. Day 11. PopCap definitely likes to pick plants for me. The very first zombies were stopped thanks to Walnut, because I didn't have enough sun to plant winter melon. Later we began to stack with more and more problems. The lack of sun was perceptible. Well, at least the surfer zombie can be easily stopped with a single torchwood. What a universal plant. Day 12. Finally, my favorite type of level, the last stand. We had a limited amount of sun, and that was a huge problem for creating a working strategy. My goal was simple: survive till the final wave without losing any lawnmower. My very first attempt was a huge failure, so I needed to create another strategy. So I substituted kernel pools with melon pools and a line of potato mines. Did it work? I guess so. Day 13. Okay, our goal was to have no more than 16 plants in the lawn at any time, and the bad news starts here. The lily pad is also considered a plant. That's not good at all. The problem is, I never had an opportunity to gather the needed amount of sun to build my defense, so I just tried to survive it somehow. And also produce 2000 suns. Day 14. Survive the zombie attack with the given plants. The Chompy is here, so there are no problems to beat that level. Simultaneously, I had more than 20 chompers on my lawn. I have even tried to plant 25, but I wasn't able to reach it due to different factors such as surfers or huge waves of zombies. Day 15. There I had to protect those cute potato mines. Believe me or not, that level was beaten quite easily. I was surprised by the fact that none of the zombies was able to get close to my potato mines. Day 16. Here I wanna complain a bit. Of course, I could just skip that level because it doesn't fit to my rules, but I don't care about it. I spent a lot of time trying to beat that awful zombie spamming level. How am I supposed to beat all of them with so few plants and plant foods? I was tired of playing it, so in my final attempt I decided to use the Zap power-up to avoid failing over and over again. Let's just forget about that mess. Day 17. It looks like that we've got a new friend here, the Octo-Zombie. Most players find him really annoying, but for me, that dude is kinda funny, so who will torture whom among us? As for me, he isn't so dangerous, you just need to be always prepared to destroy him, that's all. Day 18 was an amazing conveyor belt level because we received an opportunity to play with Guacodile. He is also one of my favorite plants among all in PVZ2. Of course, this level is unbeatable without the PVZ2 plants, but who cares about it if you receive a great chance to use Guacodile. Day 19 was a usual big wave beach level. Nothing special happened during it, well, except the substitution of kernel pulls on winter melons. I liked that strategy a lot. Day 20. Guys, does that level remind you something? Honestly, that is the only working strategy for the later stage of the big wave beach. That's why I use only those plants. Even torch became almost useless by that time. Day 21 was another conveyor belt level, and here the developers made a good choice. They added Iceberg ledges to the plant list for that day. I strongly believe in Iceberg ledges supremacy. Day 22. It looks like that we've got a new amigo, the Fisherman Zombie. I still don't understand why so many people hate not only the Octo-Zombie but Fisherman as well. Come on, both of them aren't so strong and aren't so scary. The problem isn't in them, the problem is in people who can't counter them. Anyway, let's get back to the level. That day is amazing, cause I have rented a Snow Pea for it. That was a really good decision. I was so satisfied with the gameplay and my plant list. Day 23. Yes, bananas. Guys, I need to defend them, and I did it as a real professional. To fit with the rules of my challenge, I didn't use them while beating the level. They were just staying and waiting for the end of the level. Another plant that easily counters the Fisherman Zombie is the Sun Shroom. 3 columns of it will not only generate lots of sun, but also provide you with a large amount of winter melons. Day 24 was a bowling level, so let's just skip it. Day 25. Spend no more than 3000 suns. Sounds like a challenge. To fit with the additional goals of the level, I even had to use melon pulls, because they are way cheaper than winter melons. Man, what a poor guy, he didn't deserve to die like that. At least the level is beaten, but we left without any lawnmowers. Anyway, that's just the details. Day 26 was a conveyor belt level, which is unbeatable without the banana launcher. Man, now I wanna eat a banana, or even build my own banana empire. Well, that's not the topic of our today's video. Day 27. Here I wanted to substitute sun shrooms with the double sunflowers to see which sun producer is better. If you have have lots of free space, use the sunshrooms. If you have a limited amount of usable cells, use the double sunflowers. The logic is kinda easy. Day 28. I spent more than an hour trying to beat it. At my very first attempt, I thought that the problem was in timing, so later I tried to plant everything at the right time along with remembering all the zombies and their positions on the lawn. After a few attempts, I was somehow able to survive right to the final wave, and that was the hardest stage. I didn't have enough of attacking plants. If you know how to beat that level with only PVZ1 plants, please let me know in the comments. I guess that it was the first level which I couldn't beat with only PVZ1 plants, no matter how many times I tried to do that. It's just impossible from the mathematical point of view, according to which I couldn't afford to save so many plants to the final wave and simultaneously build a normal defense line that could defeat all the zombies. Of course, using an Infininat, we have successfully completed that level. Day 29. Yes, my favorite type of level, the last stand. This is the only strategy that popped into my head, and it worked. I didn't even lose any lawnmower. I'm truly proud of myself. Day 30. Okay, so we had to defend crocodiles. Everything was going fine until this. What a low tide. Believe me, that winter melon saved the whole level. Most of my sunshrooms were eaten, but that didn't stop me from planting a new one. Those shiny shrooms protected my crocodiles from being stolen by the fisherman zombie. At the end of the first try, I made a mistake. I forgot to launch a lawnmower, but on the second attempt, I didn't make any mistakes. I thought that this level would be way harder than it is. Day 31. Survive the zombie attack with the given plants. Can't say anything about that level except the fact that it is unbeatable without the PVZ2 plants. Day 32. Finally, fight with the Dr. Zomboss. As for me, that was one of the easiest bosses among all the fights we had before. While beating that level, I wanna express some of my feelings about the Big Wave Beach. That world left me with an amazing feeling. That's probably the first time I played that world since 2015 or 2016, and it feels the same as 8 or 9 years ago. Tough, but interesting. Sometimes annoying, but favorite. I can surely say that Big Wave Beach is the best world in PVZ2. With that being said, let's get back to the Zomboss. So I beat him on the very first attempt, and he didn't even provide decent resistance. Well, the Zomboss is defeated and the key is mine, which means that we are moving to a final world. Yes, I'm talking about the modern day. This time it's gonna be 34 levels, after which our challenge will end up. That's gonna be an interesting time adventure.